Have you ever wondered how professionals paint a room to perfection? Today, we're diving into the art of painting a room, a task that may seem simple but requires knowledge and precision. We'll walk you through the crucial steps, from gathering the right tools, preparing the room, choosing the perfect paint, to mastering painting techniques. Whether you're a seasoned DIY enthusiast or a curious beginner, there's always room for improvement. By the end of this video, you'll know just how to achieve that perfect paint job. Before we start, it's essential to gather all the right tools. To embark on a paint job, you'll need a few critical items. First up, we've got paintbrushes. These are perfect for detail work and tackling those hard-to-reach corners. Next, we have rollers. Rollers are your best friend when you're covering large, flat surfaces. But what about the paint sprayer? This tool is a game changer, especially for big rooms. It allows you to cover a lot of area in a short amount of time, giving a smooth, even finish. Don't forget your paint trays. They hold your paint and provide an area to offload excess before applying to the walls. Last but certainly not least, we have drop cloths. These are a lifesaver for protecting your floors and furniture from any accidental drips or spills. With these tools at your disposal, you're already halfway there. Now, before we start painting, we need to prepare the room. And believe it or not, this is one of the most important steps in the entire painting process. It's like setting the stage for a grand performance. So, let's get started. First things first, it's a smart move to remove as much furniture as possible. If you can't move it out, push it to the center of the room and cover it up with a durable plastic sheet. It's all about preventing those pesky paint splatters from making their way onto your beloved furniture. Next, we'll want to protect the floor. That's where drop cloths come into play. Lay them out across the floor, overlapping the edges to ensure maximum coverage. This will save your carpet or hardwood from any accidental drips or spills. You'll thank yourself later, trust me. Okay, now it's time to bring out the painter's tape. This stuff is your best friend when it comes to achieving those sharp, clean lines. Apply it along the trim, around window and door frames and over outlets. Make sure it's pressed down firmly so paint can't sneak underneath. And remember, patience is key here. Take your time to get it right. Now let's talk about those walls. If there are any nails or screws, remove them. Fill in any holes or cracks with spackling paste and let it dry. Once it's dry, sand it down until it's smooth. This will ensure a flawless paint job. Lastly, clean those walls. Yes, you heard right, clean them. A good wipe down with a damp cloth will remove any dust or grime that could interfere with the paint's adhesion. And if the walls are especially dirty, a mild detergent might be in order. And there you have it. Your room is now fully prepped and ready for its makeover. You've set the stage for a smooth painting process that will result in a beautiful, freshly painted room. Once your room is prepared, you can confidently move on to the next step. Choosing the right paint is key to a professional finish. Now let's dive into this crucial process. First up, color. It's not just about personal preference, but also about the mood you want to set. Light colors can make a room seem larger, while dark tones create a cozy atmosphere. Next, the finish. Glossy paints are durable and easy to clean, making them perfect for high-traffic areas. Matte finishes, on the other hand, offer a sophisticated, non-reflective look that's great for hiding imperfections. Quality is another factor. Higher quality paints provide better coverage and longevity, so don't skimp here. Now, how much paint will you need? A gallon typically covers about 350 to 400 square feet with one coat. So, calculate your room's square footage and plan accordingly, considering whether you'll need 1 or 2 coats. With the right paint in hand, it's time to get down to business. Let's dive into the actual painting process. The first step to any painting journey is priming the walls. Priming is especially necessary if you're drastically changing the wall color, or if the walls are stained or have never been painted before. A good primer will provide a clean canvas for your paint, ensuring a smoother application and a longer-lasting finish. Make sure to let the primer dry fully before moving on to the next step. Now on to the fun part, painting. We'll start with the brushwork. Brushes are perfect for painting edges and corners, also known as cutting in. For this, you'll want a 2 to 3 inch angled brush. Dip your brush in the paint just enough to cover half of the bristles. Tap it lightly on the sides of the paint can to remove any excess. Then apply the paint to your wall, using smooth, long strokes. The key here is to maintain a wet edge, meaning you want to keep your brush moving to avoid any buildup of paint, which could lead to streaks. Next up, we have the roller, the workhorse of any painting project. Rollers are great for covering large areas quickly and efficiently. Start by saturating your roller in paint. You want to get enough paint on the roller but not so much that it's dripping. Begin in a corner of the wall and roll the paint onto the wall in a W or M pattern. This helps to distribute the paint evenly across the wall and avoids creating a patchy finish. Once you've completed your pattern, go back and fill in the gaps without lifting the roller. This technique will ensure a smooth, even finish. For those seeking an even faster method, a paint sprayer might be your new best friend. A sprayer applies paint in a fine mist, creating a flawless finish that's hard to achieve with a brush or roller. To use a paint sprayer, fill the reservoir with paint, then adjust the nozzle to the desired spray pattern. Hold the sprayer about 12 inches from the wall and sweep it back and forth, slightly overlapping each pass. Remember, always keep the sprayer moving to avoid drips and runs. Regardless of the tool you choose, there are a few universal tips to achieve a professional-looking finish. First, always maintain a wet edge to prevent lap marks. Second, don't overload your brush or roller with paint as it may lead to drips. And lastly, be patient. Let each coat of paint dry fully before applying the next one. Follow these steps and techniques and you'll be painting like a pro in no time. And there you have it, the professional's guide to painting a room. We've journeyed together through every step, from the initial gathering of tools to the final brushstroke. Remember, the key to a successful painting project lies in preparation. Clear your space, protect your furniture and surfaces, and make sure your walls are clean and ready to receive paint. Choosing the right tools is absolutely crucial. From brushes and rollers to paint sprayers, each tool has its unique role to play. Don't be tempted to cut corners with low-quality tools. Investing in good quality supplies will make the job easier and the results more professional. Selecting the right paint is more than just picking a color you love. Consider the room's lighting, the size, and how you want the space to feel. Flat, eggshell, semi-gloss, or gloss. Each has its place and purpose. Your painting technique matters too. Whether you're rolling, brushing, or spraying, remember to always keep a wet edge and avoid overloading your tool with paint. This will help you avoid streaks and drips for a smooth, professional finish. With these tips in your toolbox, you're well on your way to creating your own DIY masterpiece. Happy painting!